What's up guys, Bryce here, and we're back at it again for another video. And in this video we are in Circuit of the Americas driving the Porsche Cup for the North American Racing League. This is round 2. If you haven't seen the first race, be sure to check it out. It's on my channel. Didn't do so well, so in this race we are looking to bounce back from that. So we had a very good qualifying. Somehow I managed to put it P3 going into this race, so I knew it was going to be really tricky with these top guys. So let's get right into this. If you guys need a little bit more energy in iRacing and in your daily life, be sure to check out Trax Espresso. They have very good quality coffee that I thoroughly enjoy every day. Be sure to check them out. Link will be in the description. On the grid, I knew my start wasn't going to be as strong because I'm not doing the fastest start, but we get away pretty decently off the line actually, and you can see we're already getting swarmed by a bunch of cars here going down into turn 1. I just wanted to make sure that I just got through as cleanly as I could, and you can see they're having their own little battle up in front, and I am in the mix. I kind of expected to be kind of just swallowed up at this point. But we held our own, which is good, and I just wanted to have a nice top 5 finish after Okayama just not going to plan, and we're just getting a bunch of late apexes here on the S section before we go down to the back straight, which is a very long straightaway. And this is a long race. This is a 50-minute race, so I know that some of these guys in the front were very smart when it comes to saving tires and things of that matter. Do apologize for the lag. There's a ridiculous amount of cars, like 45, so my computer is struggling just a little bit. So going down to this corner here, which will lead you onto the long back straight. This track is very stingy with track limits. Even if you go halfway across the white line, that is a off track on some corners it's different. Very stingy with track limits. You have to be very careful, and I came very close to a drive-through penalty, which would not be ideal. So we're just gonna take you along the first lap, and then we'll skip to kind of the interesting parts of the race. So P4 at the moment. I lost 1 position at the start, I believe, which is completely okay. Again, P4 is very, very good in this league with these very fast drivers. So going into a double left-hander, this corner I noticed that the line was changing throughout the race, which was pretty interesting because obviously once the fuel load changes, you have to kind of change your line, as when the car is heavier, your line's going to be a little bit different. Coming across to almost complete the first lap. It's a pretty long lap, around I think it's a minute 40, high somewhere in the minutes. It's a pretty long lap. So coming across the line again, we're not too far back from the leaders, which is good. 10 minutes into the race, I was defending pretty hard, but the guys behind were really quick, and you can see we are getting pressured on from behind, but also the cars in front are having a bit of a battle here. You can see Rico in front of us, so we're just going to take a little peek down the inside. Now we're going side by side through this corner here, and we keep it side by side, and this was my best chance to pass him, but just couldn't carry enough speed around the outside, and that was ideally the best chance I had to get P3, but just didn't work out in the moment. Got half hour left in the race, and we are getting pressured from Nicholas Rulebar behind us, a very quick driver, and we are on the back straight here, and he had a very good run coming out this corner here, and you can see there's nothing much we can really do. If we weave a lot, it's still not going to really do anything. He has a very nice slipstream, and you'll see what happens here. He moves to the inside. I didn't defend too hard because he was quicker, so there wasn't much point, and you can see the car behind just sort of slips in on the inside. A sneaky move there, and I think that's Bruno De Carmo goes in front of us, and he just slipped in on the inside there, just caught me napping just a slight bit for a split second. Didn't realize he was going to go for that move. Very nice move, I must say. I've done it a few times. It's very tricky to pull off because you kind of have to be right on the car who's passing, but he got that move done, and now it's going to be a fight to try to get this position back. A few minutes later, actually, into the race, he did make a slight mistake. You can see we have a visor cam right here, and he made a bit of a little mistake here. You'll see bit of oversteer, and we're able to get past him once more, which is good. So we get back up into P5. Pit stop phase here. This is 10 minutes left into the race, so you go a pretty long time before you go into the pits, and unfortunately his pit stop was a little bit shorter because he was saving fuel, and now we have some work to do. So the lap after this lap, this right here was my best chance to get past him. I got a really good run coming out the last corner. As you can see, he goes a little bit wide, so I knew this was my best chance to get past him. We were almost already side by side before going up into turn 1, a very steep hill, so you can brake quite late. We're on the outside. I dart all the way to the apex and then cut back, but I cut back just a little bit too late. I tried to cross over, but just didn't time it right, and just not enough experience on my part passing into turn 1, and that kind of just cost me that overtake there. And he holds the lead, very quick driver, so it's very important that you need to stay as close as you can, and any opportunity you just give it everything. And unfortunately, that was the best I could do at the time. As we go through these sequence of corners, he was, I think that spin from before overheated his tires a bit, so he was on the limit. Last lap of the race here, P5. I wasn't able to catch Bruno de Carmo in front of us, but now we have pressure from behind from one of the Moradness cars, and he makes the move going down into the corner. I successfully do the switchback, and I let him pass me because I know that on this straight is a very long straight, and I was going to be right behind him. So now we need to pass him once more if we want to seal the deal with P5. We're side by side, a little bit of contact there. I was very nervous with that because I was on the limit there. If I had one contact more, that would have been it for me, and I would have had to drive through. But we're able to make it through. At this point, the tires are pretty much shot, and I haven't done much practice with worn tires like this, so it was a little bit difficult for me on the tires, but we are a few corners away from bringing the car home for a P5. This was a very fun race. Honestly, one of my favorite races in the league so far. Coming across the last few corners here, and we do come home for a P5, which is very nice. Very good in the points, and just overall, after not having a great race last week, I love this track. I loved practicing here throughout the whole week. It was a ton of fun, and I personally like this track. I know some people aren't the biggest fans of this track in terms of American tracks. There's a lot of other great ones like Road America, Sebring, VIR, but I personally like this track. I think this track is a lot of fun. It's like a ginormous go-kart track is what I think of it as. But that's going to be it for this video. Next on the calendar is Phillip Island. We have a week off, and then it's going to be Phillip Island. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to do that one, but hopefully I will be able to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate all of the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.